What's up, comic fans, and it's time for that new comic book day haul plus review. We got some 25-cent books, we got some 50-cent books, we got some dollar books, we got this week's books, we got a pickup, like a spec pickup. So, starting a major character, by the way. And we're gonna get into all those books right after this.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. All right, so let's get into the books. Let's not waste any time. If you like comics, you're in the place to be. Let's go. We're gonna start off with some 25-cent books. We're just gonna go through them as quickly as possible. We got Batman Europa #1, 25 cents. A little damage on that book, but that's fine. We got Silver City #1. Again, this is an Aftershock book. This is an Aftershock book. We got Spider-Man India #2. I think this is the second appearance of Spider-Man India, if I'm not incorrect. There's some crazy artwork in this book. All right. So, first book, #1. And if I found that in the quarter bin, that'd be cool. All right, now we got some dollar books. We got Inferno #1, Peach Momoko cover. Look at that mystique. So that's dope. We got Vigilante #45. I believe this is the first appearance of Blackthorn. We've got the New Mutants #1. This is a Bill Sienkiewicz cover. I am 99%. Did I say that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm 99% positive that's Bill Sienkiewicz. Cool. All right, we got West Coast Avengers #2. I think this was from 2016, 17, 18, something like that. One of those years. We got Sleepwalker #18. This is a Joe Quesada cover. That's why I picked that up for $1. We've got Avengers #48, Legacy #748, part of that Jason Aaron run. I believe this is the second cover appearance of the Red She-Hulk. It's like a $5 book. Spent $1 on it. Then we picked up Star Wars 19 and 21 to kind of fill up gaps in my collection. They were $1 each. I'll take that all day. All right, so those were my 25-cent and $1 books. These all came from a local LCS of mine. And then there's the stash where I go for my 50-cent books. It's not called the stash, it's actually called the warehouse. And I picked up some new 50-cent books this week. We got Landau #1. And then we got The Mandalorian #3, the movie cover. And then we got The Mandalorian #3, the A cover. I got 2 of them. 50 cents, why not? We've got from Scott Snyder, we've got Dark Spaces Wildfire #1. All right, I've been picking up a couple of these. Grossland just sold book, so I'll take it for 50 cents. Then we've got The Unthinkables #1. Why did I pick this up? I don't know, because it's Boom Studios and it's a #1. Yep, pretty sure that was the only reason. I went in before the place closed with like 15 minutes to get some books, so I went pretty quickly. We got, again, Dark Spaces Wildfire #1. This is the C cover. And what did the C cover? There's a couple different covers. This is Liana Kangas. I think the other book I showed you was Lula Lotte. We've got Maneaters #1. And this book actually has some glitter on it, so that's interesting. That's cool. Interesting book. We're gonna put that on the side before it gets glitter on the rest of my books. We've got Chaos War God Squad #1. Pick that up. I mean, who's on this team? You got Hellstorm. Shoot, don't know who that is. Silver Surfer looks like in the background. Viper, maybe? But we also got Chaos War Giant. This is the extra size event kickoff. I almost called it giant size. That's #1. You got a lot of gods on that cover, right? You got Thor, you got Hercules. It's got a lot of gods. I think you only got 2. And I see some others. Black Widow. You've got Black Cat. You got Black Cat? I don't know. You got Wolverine. Alright, wasting too much time on that. You got UFOlogy. Or UFOLOGY. James Tynan the Fourth. So that's issue number 1. He's blowing up, so you never know. Got 2 of those. We got the Dead Lucky. This is issue number 1, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Issue number 1. And we got another issue number 1. Pretty sure this is B cover. That's the A cover. We got Freak Force. Number 1. Why not? 90s. Good old 90s goodness. So we got that. And last but not least, we got Bloodstrike number 1. Blood Brothers Prelude Bloodstrike number 1. This is a glow-in-the-dark cover. That's why I picked this up. Who doesn't like a glow-in-the-dark cover? Some good Liefeld goodness. Luckily it doesn't go past mid-body, so there's no feet on this cover. Oof, hope Liefeld's not watching. I just got banned. I'm back. Alright, so let's get into the rest of the books. Alright, so I picked this up, and if you watch this long, go ahead and throw a hashtag 500 down below, and it's only one of you. I'll send you this book. Yeah, so hashtag 500, and you can own yourself a copy of this. I have to say, I think it has a slight spine tick over here, so it's probably not a 9.8. It's probably in the 9, so hashtag 500. 500. And you have a chance at that book. And maybe something else. Who knows? Anyway, moving on. Keep moving on. We have Star Wars High Republic number 4. Picked that up because my comic shop didn't get it. So last week or 2 weeks ago. Also, this came in late, but this is a Legacy of Violence. This is the local comic shop day cover. It says I paid $6 for it here. I think it was $4 actually. At the end of the day, if you check on eBay, it's going for about $20. Color Month. So I enjoy that. And then this was my splurge of the week. Could use just a minor press. See like one spine tick and a little defect on the cover. So I don't think it's a 9.8, but it's got I think it's in the 9s. Honestly, ooh, we got Wolverine number 1 from the limited series. A little Chris Claremont action here, and it's a newsie. And the newsies in this one go for a little bit extra. So, paid cash for this, so I got a nice little discount, if you will. All right, let's keep the ball rolling. Let's get into this week's comics. There aren't that many this week. What am I gonna do? Before we get into this week's comics, we're getting into a previous week's comic. Action Comics 1050. Pick that up. I've been doing this thing where I try to catch up on past weeks, pick up a comic, read it from our previous week, as opposed to just reading everything from this week. This one is kind of getting us ready for the Dawn of DC that's coming up. Kind of a Superman thing, but in this issue, let's just say Superman, right, he revealed himself to the world and as Clark Kent. And in this one, Lex Luthor is a jealous bitch. I'm gonna have to put in the description that I cursed in this video. Anyway, yeah, Lex Luthor just is jealous, I think, that he never knew when they were in Smallville that Clark Kent was Superman. Like, he never knew, and Lex Luthor always felt alone during those times. And so now that the world knows, like, Superman had the gall to tell the world that he was Clark Kent, Lex Luthor is like, no, you didn't tell me when we were friends in Smallville, so the world does not get to know. And he kind of reverses that whole thing. Somebody dies. I'll leave it to you to read the book to figure out who dies in this book. And anyway, now the world, except for a few protected people in the Justice League and such, and family, don't know that Superman is Clark Kent. So they kind of reverse the whole thing with this issue. All right, let's get into this week's books. We have the second print of Star Wars Revelations number 1. A lot of little stories in here covering a lot of different books, all right? You got Darth Vader in here, you got Han Solo and Chewbacca. I'm just going by what's off the cover. You got your regular Star Wars book. You got a little Dr. Aphra action going on. And you got the Crimson Reign book in forget what it's called these days. Cool. All right. Hulk number 11. All right, they're playing God Ball in this. All right, literally, it's a ball made up of the core of planets, dead planets, by the way. As one of the inhabitants of this world says, we're not monsters. We don't, we're not breaking worlds that are inhabited. But anyway, they're playing this, and a group of time stream interplanetary a superhero team of these guys called the Protectors of the Arterial Dimension. Well, in issue 2, if you remember, he kind of just flies through these people who are trying to stop him. Whatever. We never hear from them again until issue number 11. And it's a whole group of these arterial dimension superheroes who they all come in different dimensions, and every time one team's taken out, another team comes in, right? So multi-dimensional. Anyway, they come to this planet to stop the Hulk. It's all a mistake, and while they're negotiating and almost stop it, one of the Hulk creatures takes out a team, not knowing that, this other team was like, oh, it was an accident, whatever. Make a long story short, they keep coming through this portal, they keep getting mauled, destroyed, and then eventually like, wait, we get it, it was an accident, we're out, peace. Anyway, they go back to playing this God Ball, and Hulk is schooling them. So, pretty cool story, interesting. Was it pushed the story forward? No? I think it shows, the charisma of the Hulk, I guess, and the lengths his acolytes are going to protect him. Aside for that, Ryan Otley writes and draws this issue. So, awesome. It was actually a really good entry for Ryan Otley. I don't know if he's written anything else, but I thought he did an okay job. He did a really good job. All right, we got Venom. This one is written by Ram V. Basically, Bedlam, the red guy. He's a red Venom. He's a King in Black as well. He is fighting Dylan, Venom. Bedlam believes that through pain, that Dylan will become stronger, right? So they're fighting, and then Dylan's like, well, I'm gonna stop you, all that other jazz. Recruits Normie Osborn, the Red Goblin, to come help him. The Red Goblin looks pretty awesome in this book. And they fight Bedlam, and then guess who shows up? Codex. Who remembers Codex, right? That's a blast from the past. So it was that 2019, maybe 2020. So, it was a character that was highly anticipated on a lot of covers, and then it just turns out that it was a different dimension, Venom, if you will. So, overall, good book, good story, good art. I didn't hate it. So a lot of people aren't really into these two Marvel properties these days, and I don't blame you. But this issue kind of keeps me involved in it. All right, so we'll keep moving on. We're gonna get to the indies now. It's a short week. We got Barbaric number 1. Boom. What happens in this book? Owen's in hell. His friends are off to save him. Who are his friends? Well, you've got Axe, Soren, and Steel. That's the other two characters. All right, so Soren and Steel are in this book. Soren, Steel, and Axe. And they're on their way to hell to stop, to save Owen, who's ended up in hell. He's dead. They bump into a character who they are not familiar with, but has been in the Barbaric books. I won't ruin that one for you. And then now they're all off to hell to, go save Owen. And of course, the Axe is imbued with special powers. And I believe since Soren is carrying it these days, she is now hexed with that power, which is like, I need help. And then you're forced to help. The Axe is forces you to help with that. So it's like, oh, we'll save Owen, but after we do this. So that's where that's going. We got House of Slaughter, okay? This is back. In this one, Jace Boucher is back. I think this is the D cover. See, it's in the future. He's missing his hand. He's got his little knife. Forget this guy's name, this little fella, but he ends up in trouble. This is the C cover. and Jace is looking for him in the forest. He steals one of these blades. As we know, fear creates monsters. This guy creates a monster with wings that takes him away. He has the blade though, the little kid. He stole the blade, one of these blades. So he stabs the monster, whatever, and then this group comes to help him with this girl, Jolie, who Jace had saved when he was younger. So we're gonna see how these groups all intermingle. Jace is in the forest, by the way, with a bunch of kids who he saved from monsters, and he's kind of created this camp of kids in the forest. Seems interesting. All right, DC. We're back at DC. We got DC Universe, Lazarus Planet, Assault on Krypton. A lot of different stories in here. Power Girl, Mercy Graves, Dreamer, Dreamer who's searching through dreams for the helmet of Dr. Fate, Superman, you know, the younger one, Jonathan Kent. He doesn't actually, he didn't see it. He didn't turn into this blue guy in this book. But he's got the electricity hitting him and everything, so you can see the transformation happening. Anyway, all these characters are in some way affected by the volcano that blew up that's creating this Lazarus dust around the planet. Check it out if you're a Superman fan. I will say that I think it's leading us to a more interesting time on Superman characters. Perhaps. We'll see. I haven't read Superman in a while, so the fact that I read 1050 and Lazarus Planet kind of sinking my teeth back into it, you know, just maybe not even sinking my teeth, just a little lick. Just trying to see, you know, what it's like. But I'm not totally turned off at this point, so who knows? Maybe I'll start reading Superman again. Last but not least, we got that Nightwing number 100. This is the Jim Lee cover. Part of the reason why I picked this one up. Basically, Nightwing, he's got to protect Bloodhaven from Heartless, right? Heartless has this idea to let all these guys out from this prison they're kept in. It's a private prison. So some people are just held there because they can't make bail, didn't even commit crimes, so just, you know, haven't had a chance to get their moment to see a judge, etc. Anyway, Heartless goes in there, frees everybody, gives them a mask, and says, you know, reign terror, get your revenge, blah, blah, blah. Nightwing's out to stop him, you know, uses not only his fists, but uses his words to inspire the people of Bloodhaven to not join in this mass, you know, group mob mentality. Let's put it that way. Anyway, at the end of the book, at the end of it, you know, the Justice League wants to recruit him to be the new leader of the Justice League, or the former members of the Justice League. They just returned back, right, from their Dark Crisis. Anyway, they want him to be the leader. In the end, you could tell Nightwing's kind of waffling, but he decides to bring the Teen Titans to Bloodhaven, right? So not quite the Justice League, just a little, I don't want to say upset, but I was like, man, I want to see Nightwing lead the Justice League. We've seen him lead the Titans. Anyway, he's got the Titans in Bloodhaven. Whoa. We're through. We're done. That was my new comic book day haul and review. We got 25-cent books, 50-cent books, dollar books. We got that Wolverine #1. That was not a dollar book or a 50-cent book or a 25-cent book. And we had this week's books. Not the greatest week of books, but a lot of setup for stories coming out. It's the beginning of the year, right? So we're going to have a lot of setup, a lot of new arcs, right? A lot of #1s, maybe finishing up some stories or trying to fill in some gaps, right? And yeah, that's where we went. This guy right here, I'm loving it. So that is a cool one. Got one up there. I don't know if you can see it, but that one's signed by Chris Claremont. That's only an 8. This one I'm sure is more in the 9s. But that's enough talk, guys. If you like comics, hopefully you're in the place to be. This is the right place for you. And if you liked the content, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, go ahead and throw me a thumbs up, and comment down below. I'm sorry for talking your ear off. I'm out. Do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to get ready for next week's books. Peace!